Good evening and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Well, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. Ask me why I acted a fool and brought this walker out here to the greenhouse. I struggled with that thing all the way across the lawn, so I said, well, with all that struggle, what I'm gonna do is lift it up and well, I'm gonna get it this little spot and lift it up to the patio, and then I'm gonna have to lift it up onto the deck, the part that's not handicapped accessible. It'll be a lot easier getting that thing in because I walked all the way around because I came down the ramp and then hit the grass and nope. Okay, so I wanted to make sure because I was like, maybe I can get it across the grass. Nope, not happening. So to get it back in, to avoid that struggle, I will take it around the opposite way. Well, Booga's trap is now set. It is full of banana. I put the banana pulp, around the front to draw them in. I put a piece of banana in the front, and then I put 3 chunks of cantaloupe. I hope he don't get full in the process of trying to reach the trigger pan or the trap thing. But anyway, I put 3 pieces of cantaloupe chunks, a little bit smaller than this, and I decided I wanted to taste it. And boy, when I tell you this thing is sweet and ripe, he's not getting no more of that. I might cut him another piece and that'll be it. And then I left him a little slice right underneath the trigger pan so that he can go on in there. So it may take a couple of days since I decided to heartily feed him, okay? But he'll definitely be coming. And the scent is there. I can smell it myself. And like I said, this is some sweet stuff. So when he get that first bite of this, he's going to be in love, but he's going to have to eat through 3 chunks before he can go to the back. And he'll eventually do it. I hear groundhogs can eat quite a bit in one setting. And then he may have friends. I've still been, now that I've been looking at groundhog videos are on my front page whenever I log on to YouTube. So I've just been watching the ones that are a little bit longer, and I learned some more information. First of all, I learned that in the state of Michigan, because y'all know what my plan was, I said I live right by 3 lakes. But I was going to go further. I was going to go on to Lake Orion, down there to Lake 16, which is about a good 7 minutes from my house. And I was going to release them there. And then we have a lot of, we have a state park, we have a metro park, our local park. All that's within like 2-3 miles from me. We have all these parks. So I was going to release them somewhere, but it was going to be away from here. I found out you should release them at least 5 miles if you're going to release from your home. Otherwise they can find their way right back like a cat. A cat can find his way back from 20 miles from what I've researched. Anyway, come to find out, in the states of Michigan and Ohio, it is illegal to trap a groundhog and relocate him to a park. If you get caught, you will be ticketed, fined, and everything else. And our parks have a good police presence, so my chances of getting caught are high. And another thing, one of the reasons is that, first of all, the ecosystem, a lot of our parks have deer and other wildlife, that type of thing. And then, but you would think a groundhog would be no problem, but most of our lakes and parks are around residential areas. So I guess that's the main problem, because that was listed as one of the reasons. What they prefer, because I'm like, okay, so what are you supposed to do? First of all, you can't shoot them with the firearm, so that's illegal. I'm like, so you supposed to just let them live amongst you or what? Come to find out, and it's sad, because you have the have-a-heart cages. You have people like myself who don't just want to kill an animal if it's unnecessary. You rather just release it back into the wild and let it live its life. But they suggest that you drown them. They said you get a tub, put some water in it, a few inches, and they said it's quick and painless. It can't be, but that's what they suggest. unless you want to pay a whole bunch of money for somebody to come and trap it, and that's what they're going to do. So therefore, Booga has to go to the upper room once he's caught. So anyway, and I'm going to do it. So I won't film that, but I will film him in the cage once he's there. If it was a way I could sneak, I would do it. You know, I would just sneak and release him, but it's too risky, especially somebody could report me. There's cameras in the public parks and whatnot, cameras all, I would get caught like a mug. So I'm not chancing it. So to the upper room he shall go. Let me take another bite of this. And the cherries are finally out, and they were on sale. So y'all know Que-stead-Que had to load up. And so I got my cherries, and the cantaloupe was supposed to be for Booga. And then I only used a piece of the banana for him, and then I took a bite to make sure it was nice, ripe, and sweet. So I'm gonna leave this here in the greenhouse. It can go on and ripen and get nasty. The nastier, the better. He'll still eat it. So this is what I will load him with. I'll smear his cage again tomorrow if he's not caught. So I'm gonna leave this here in the greenhouse. And I bought a total of like 3 or 4 bananas, and then I bought a full cantaloupe because, you know, if you buy it already cut up and already made up, mixed with the honeydew, it's about $10 for that little teeny tiny thing. I was like, nope, I'll buy a real one. Guess what? They were on sale at Myers today for $1. I was like, okay, I should have bought more than one, but they ripen up too quick. So I might go back since they're on sale for the rest of the week. And since this tastes pretty good and it's nice and ripe, I may go back and get a couple more, because I'll probably eat those myself because they're good. Okay, so that's about it, you guys. So let me put this on my thing. I bought this years ago, and no onion has ever fit in this because they've always been too big. So I said I'll just use it for snacks or whatever. So I got that, and then I have a tomato one too. Same deal. So I went to Myers today. They had a pretty good sale. I had a budget. I figured I would spend at least $80 in groceries. I went to Myers, and that sale was so good, I got more than what was on my list. And I only spent a total of $59. So slap me 5. And I'm actually stocked for the month. I won't have to spend any more this month based on all the stuff I bought. I might go and get some more fruit or something like that. But everything else that I needed and wanted, I got. And like I said, it came to only $59. So I am very, very satisfied. Okay, so I'm not going to stay on here long. I need to do a film for my fiber channel. So I'm going to get that done. So that's all I had to say. I hope y'all like the peonies that you saw and the potatoes. And they're starting to flower in here. These were planted. I planted these in, I think, April. The ones back here, but they're starting to flower. So the ones up front, I decided, forget the experiment. I took some of the bulbs off of some of them, so I can compare them to the ones that I leave the buds on. So I'm not gonna bother it anymore. I'll just leave it the way that it is and let those potatoes develop. Okay, you guys, so that's it for today. I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.